Imagine being at a funeral, mourning a loved one, when suddenly they wake up. It sounds unbelievable, but it has happened. In this video, we'll share 10 times people woke up at their funeral. Each story is a roller coaster of emotions, from heartfelt reunions to shocking surprises. Families went from tears to joy in seconds, experiencing the miracle of a second chance at life. It turned sad gatherings into celebrations of life through these unexpected moments. So, get ready to hear some amazing tales that show just how unpredictable life can be. Number 10. Walter Williams, 2014. In 2014, something incredible happened in Mississippi that amazed everyone. A farmer named Walter Williams was declared dead and taken to a funeral home. As the workers there began their tasks, they noticed something shocking. Walter's body bag was moving. When they checked, they found that Walter was alive and had a pulse. This unexpected discovery left everyone in disbelief and turned a sad situation into one of wonder and amazement. Walter had somehow come back to life, surprising everyone who knew him. For the next 2 weeks, Walter lived on, leaving his family and doctors with many questions. How was he mistakenly declared dead? How did he manage to wake up again? Although Walter eventually passed away for real, his incredible story of coming back to life remains a mystery and reminds us of the surprising twists life can take. Number 9. Anastasia Nastya Knyazeva, 2019. In 2019, a remarkable story unfolded in Russia involving Anastasia Nastya Knyazeva, a teenager who suffered a severe asthma attack. Doctors initially thought she had died, and her family prepared for her funeral. But during the viewing, Nastya's mother noticed movement. It turned out Nastya was still alive, shocking everyone in the room. Imagine the scene. A room filled with sadness suddenly filled with gasps of surprise and tears of joy as Nastya showed signs of life. Rushed to the hospital, she made a full recovery, defying all expectations. Her story turned a day meant for mourning into one of incredible relief and happiness for her family. Number 8. Brighton Damazanthi, 2013. Imagine a quiet village in Zimbabwe where everyone has come together for a funeral. People are sad as they mourn the loss of Brighton Damazanthi, who was thought to have died after a long illness. His coffin is in the center, surrounded by flowers and tearful faces. Suddenly, something strange happens. One of the mourners notices the coffin move. At first, it's just a tiny shake, but then it moves again. The mourner gasps and quickly tells everyone. Shock and confusion fill the air as people realize that Brighton is still alive. Everyone rushes to open the coffin and help Brighton out. They take him to the hospital right away. Amazingly, Brighton recovers completely. The community, which was grieving, now celebrates this incredible event. Brighton's story of waking up at his funeral reminds everyone how surprising life can be. Number 7. Fernando de Jesus Diaz Beato, 2016. In 2016, something very unusual happened at a funeral in Carolina, Puerto Rico. Fernando de Jesus Diaz Beato was shot 15 times and declared dead. But instead of putting him in a coffin, his family did something different. They set him up sitting in a chair, dressed in casual clothes, with a cigarette in his hand and his eyes open. It looked like Fernando was attending his funeral, creating a very real and haunting scene. This unique way of honoring Fernando surprised everyone and left a strong impression. It showed how much his family loved him and wanted to remember him in a special way, breaking away from traditional funeral customs. Number 6. Fagiliu Muhammetsyanov, 2011. In 2011, something unbelievable happened in Russia to Fagiliu Muhammetsyanov, who was 49 years old. She was mistakenly thought to be dead and was even buried. But during her funeral, she suddenly woke up inside her coffin. Imagine her shock and fear upon realizing where she was. Her screams startled everyone at the funeral, and they quickly rushed her to the hospital for help. Sadly, The whole experience was too much for her heart to handle, and she passed away a few days later. It's a sad and shocking story that reminds us how fragile life can be, and how important it is to be sure about someone's condition before making such serious decisions. Number 5. Kelvin Santos, 2012. In 2012, a heart-wrenching and baffling event occurred in Brazil involving a 2-year-old boy named Kelvin Santos. After suffering from pneumonia, Kelvin was declared dead by medical professionals. His grieving family arranged a wake to say their final goodbyes. As they mourned, something extraordinary happened. Kelvin reportedly sat up in his coffin and asked his father for water. This shocking moment left everyone in the room in stunned silence. However, before anyone could react or process what had just happened, Kelvin lay back down and stopped breathing again. The family was left to mourn his loss twice over, and the event remains a mysterious and unexplained occurrence. Number 4. Gonzalo Montoya Jimenez, 2018. In 2018, Spain was gripped by a chilling and baffling incident involving Gonzalo Montoya Jimenez, a 29-year-old prisoner. Pronounced dead by not just one but 3 doctors, Gonzalo's body was destined for autopsy in the mortuary. Just as the medical team prepared to begin the procedure, Gonzalo shattered the silence of the morgue by regaining consciousness. Can you imagine the shock in the room? Everyone thought he was gone, but there he was, alive and breathing. This shocking event raised serious questions about how doctors confirm someone is dead and if the procedures they follow are reliable. It made people wonder how Gonzalo could be declared dead by 3 different doctors and then come back to life. This story shows how uncertain life and death can be, and it made hospitals and medical professionals rethink how they verify someone has passed away. Number 3. The amazing case of Maria de Jesus Arroyo, 2010. In 2010, a tragic event unfolded in Los Angeles involving Maria de Jesus Arroyo, an 80-year-old woman who had a heart attack and was declared dead. Her body was taken to a hospital morgue in preparation for her funeral. However, shocking everyone involved, staff later found signs that Maria had woken up inside the body bag. This discovery deeply affected her family and raised serious concerns about the hospital's procedures for confirming the death. It led to a legal case highlighting the need for strict protocols to prevent such distressing incidents in the future. Number 2. Carlos Camejo, 2007. In 2007, Venezuela witnessed a medical miracle that stunned the world. Carlos Camejo, involved in a severe car accident, was pronounced dead by doctors who began an autopsy to confirm his passing. Yet, amidst the solemn atmosphere of the operating room, something unimaginable occurred. The supposedly lifeless body of Carlos began to bleed. Can you picture the scene? The shock and disbelief as doctors realized their mistake and witnessed Carlos awakening in excruciating pain. It was a moment that turned horror into hope, as Carlos Camejo defied death itself. Carlos's incredible recovery from what was nearly a fatal misdiagnosis left his family in awe and medical professionals re-evaluating their procedures. This gripping tale serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the miraculous resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Number 1. Siti Masfufa Wardah, 2020. In 2020, something incredible happened in Indonesia involving Siti Masfufa Wardah. She had been suffering from chronic diabetes and was declared dead. During her funeral, though, she suddenly woke up inside her coffin. Imagine the surprise and confusion as her family and friends realized she was alive again. They rushed her to the hospital, hoping she would recover. Sadly, despite the doctor's efforts, Siti passed away a few hours later. Siti Masfufa Wardah's story captured global attention for its unusual and heartbreaking sequence of events. These were the shocking real-life stories about 10 times people woke up at their funerals. Which story surprised you the most, and do you have any other incredible tales to share? Let us know in the comments below.